in public in-game chat.
Yep, it's just these, so that way also we have server logs and everyone can check.
All right. I wish I could have been here sooner to get all this setup done.
Of course. Do you want to determine the coin flip?
Heads.
Wait, what? I mean, like, go to the teams and stuff.
In just a second, because I want to make sure. I'm trying to make sure I'm all set up.
Okay.
Fortune. Okay, live stream active. Okay, can you get this link out to Lico? Okay, we need to move fast once we start. I just need to... It's Wolverine's report. Come on. BAA, Guardians. Okay.
Channel switched.
Still just a minute or two while we get set up. That'll be an optional drop calc.
Channel
console
switched.
type name and whatever you want your name to be.
Okay. Okay. We're just a minute or two away. Do you still have an unused drop calc available from your folder?
Let me check. I don't believe so. I may have lost the link.
Let me see.
Could you repeat that, Joey? What was at the start?
I said I'm gonna look for one.
No, the command.
Okay. There should be an empty drop calc there. Because I know you like to use them.
Thank you, Duelist.
Channel switched.
Okay. All I need now is the challenge link.
Oh, sure.
And then I think we're ready. Okay.
Both teams have it?
Okay, challenge link. All right. Control Shift T. Challenge. Copy link location. Okay, they each have drop calcs if they want to use them, but those are extremely optional, and we're just gonna get through this. Okay. Okay.
Channel
the hole
switched.
is covered in iris for the lasers.
Here's the bracket. Thank you for showing up late to play with us, and we'll be beginning probably in about 90 seconds.
Channel switched.
All right. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'll try to move us along the best that we can while allowing you time to do your thing. Here's the challenge link if you want to follow along that.
That doesn't work.
All right. Okay.
Channel
Connected.
switched.
Okay. Let's write something down here. Okay, as the higher seed, you get the we're going to be using in-game chat in Mechwarrior Living Legends in-game chat for the striking process. So first off, the coin flip. Since you guys are the higher seed, pick heads or tails.
We always pick heads.
Okay,
we
you win
love
the
getting
coin
head.
flip. Let's get into the game server, and you guys will have the first ban. I'll walk us through that once we're in there. Let's put, as the higher seed, let's put you guys on clan side, and SJ will be on Intersphere side.
Wait, don't we get to pick?
We're going to be doing it in-game chat so that there's a server record.
Okay.
Yee.
We want Intersphere side.
All right, we'll give you Intersphere side. Sure, why not?
High seed, we get the pick, so yes, that's good.
All right, password is fortune, and let's get
We're
everybody
already
spawned
here.
into the game server, and we'll take care of striking through there.
We are
I think we're all
already
there.
here. Yes.
Channel switched.
Okay, you guys are going to be on clan side. They
Got
are,
it.
they are the higher seeds, so they got the coin flip. They won it, so they'll be picking the first band. And
Okay.
we're gonna be using in-game chat so that we have a record. Let's see here, Living Legends. There we go. Oh,
Man, the recoilless rifle is secretly best weapon to kill BAs.
Channel
all right.
switched.
Here's the list if you need it.
Channel switched.
Here's the list if you need it.
Channel switched.
Alrighty.
Hi.
Anything I should be managing?
So I got the live stream fired up. What teams are playing and what round are they playing in?
Alright, we're playing the semifinals of Bashar or the BAA's Republican Guard versus SJ Mostly Cardinals.
What time of day is it right now? Is it an abnormal time?
Yes, it is. It is a night game for those of us in the United States anyway, North America. By night I mean like 11 p.m. for most of the people on.
Sun is probably not up for a lot of the players.
What they're playing here, and chosen to be here.
And what's on the line? What's the prize they're fighting for today?
The chance to fight Language Jade Falcon in the finals, and then also the team that loses this will still have the chance to fight WR for third place.
Where can people go for information about the bracket?
Well, on Discord, they can book me, or they can look through the event discussion channel. Elsewhere, they can go to mbkmaster.com for some more details on the format and things about it, about how the tourney so far. And for the actual bracket itself, you can see everything on Challenge. Both last week's round robin that led to the final bracket and the bracket itself, this final bracket itself.
Okay, first map is going to be Allshane. So tell us about Allshane.
It is a really interesting map. It has a. It can be played like the conventional way to play it is kind of mid-range, like focus kind of like around the outer edges of the map. It's a cold map. Snowy is a lot of. It's kind of like an open area in the center, surrounded by some sort of narrower passages, I guess. And there's a tunnel that runs from one to the other. So the conventional way to play it is often to stay on the surface because the tunnel takes a really long time to traverse. Can't move very much, and if somebody's on the surface, they can sometimes detect you. And usually engagement range is around there, like 600, 700 meters. But you can also play it a little bit kind of more close range if you stick to the very edges in close range assets with the really narrow sight lines. But you have to be patient and you have to position yourself right.
Is it low gravity?
Nope, it is not. But cold, very cold.
Have you ever been in a match where the tunnel was a factor?
Absolutely. Almost every match I played in it, honestly, because it does give a chance for the other team to switch up, go on the other side of the map without ever being exposed on the surface. You have to be in a pretty specific place to be able to attack the enemy when they're underground. It doesn't always make a huge difference in terms of oh man, it's like a surprise flank, because it's a known quantity. Like the entrance and exits are pretty clear, but it does definitely make it you have to be very wary of that. Whenever you're establishing sight lines, trying to make sure that you know where the enemy is, you have to kind of just account for those places. If you don't see them on the surface, you can probably safely assume they're in the tunnel.
Can you please change the server using administrator command to all ship?
Already on the way.
Special thanks to everybody staying up late for us. Servers provided, TeamSpeak server provided by Burner and WR, and the game servers tonight are provided by Rick Hunter and 12VR. So we're playing C-Bill set 2, 123, 112, and 80. I'm gonna have you referee the match once we start. Control transfers over to you. And I'm gonna have you watch the BAA team and kind of just eyeball their that their assets look relatively within the set, and I'll do the same for SJ.
Okay. We'll check both also. Yeah.
All right.
Channel switched.
Quick heads up on a few small things. 15-minute time limit on matches. If you want a time update, ask the ref. And ammo is included. So if you buy an Atlas Golf and you need ammo, you don't have to. The cost of the chassis is the final cost. And I'll be handling reffing between matches, and Direwolf will be handling reffing during matches.
Okay.
Good luck.
Channel switched.
Just a
Is it the really? Go on.
very quick note: 15-minute time limit. If you want a time update, ask the ref. Ammo is included in the price of the mech chassis. I will be the supervisor referee for in between matches, and Direwolf will be handling during match refereeing.
Awesome. Thanks.
Channel switched.
All right. Okay, so we handed out the video link. Great. All right.
All right, I got myself out of Discord.
Liko, welcome to the stream, everybody. This is Liko.
Hello, hello.
Community manager and friend of all things events. Liko, give us a 30-minute give us the 30-second spiel on Mech Living Legends and why they should get it and how they can get it.
Well, Mechwarrior Living Legends is the best competitive Mechwarrior game out there for multiplayer. If you're interested in that, you can get it for free at mechlivinglegends.net. It's not free to play. Free as in made by volunteers out of the love in our hearts for this lovely intellectual property.
Also, the only combined arms Battletech game that you will pretty much ever find.
Yep. You can play as aerospace and tanks and all sorts of stuff. It's pretty fun.
User joined your channel.
Oh man, it looks like we're gonna be seeing tanks already.
Liko, if I said that you had 123,000 to use on Allshane, what might be a random pick off the top of your head that you might use?
I'll think about that while I get a glass of water real quick.
All right, sounds good. Direwolf, if you had 80,000, what might be something random you would use?
80,000. Man, okay. Maybe Fallschirmjäger Avatar. I think that's within that price range. I have to check. The AC-20 Avatar. That is indeed within 80. It is, yes, very well.
If I had 112, I might grab low-end Atlas, or frankly, if I would probably look towards a Thanatos myself. I think armor and torso twisting might be helpful.
For 80, probably. I think 112 is a bit high, but
112 is like Behemoth money.
And there are behemoths already on the field.
Or Mr. Bubbles.
I think Mr. Bubbles is like 116, is it?
I don't know. It might be higher.
So, 123,000 on Alshane. That would depend a bit on my other choices, but I would say maybe a Mr. Bubbles Atlas, or failing that, a Behemoth.
You and Salmon said the exact same things.
How rare are jump jets on this map?
Rarer than they should be. I don't see people exploit the terrain as much as I think they can. The mountains are incredibly annoying to deal with if there are people who are able to peek effectively.
I've seen jump jet plays on this map every now and again, but it's not the most common strategy.
I do believe that the RGs are going for pretty much a full tank list.
What's the C-bill limit?
123.
112.80.
Oh, so those weren't hypotheticals purely.
No. Well, I mean, if we were playing, but we're currently not. So we got to comment on team's choices of assets.
Is it possible to overheat on this map?
Yes. If
Hard
you're in a
to.
Massacre Prime and you fire all 4 ERPBCs, you will take damage.
At once, but
For
in
1
forever.
second.
I am verifying that the SJ team meets the C build limits. Just waiting for them to build, it looks like. Right. Okay, I think we're going to AUG at 42. So I'm going to let the teams know.
Channel switched.
All right, good luck. We are AUG at 42. Start time 42.
Wait, we haven't built.
But we're working on our last asset.
Okay.
Channel switched.
Target AUG time will be 42. Target AUG time is 42.
Sweet.
Channel
Surely.
switched.
Also,
Are they building a rack list? Because that's a rack Warhammer. Is that a rack Atlas?
nope. That
No.
is. Can't tell what that is.
Old Daddy, maybe?
AC-10s, I think.
Oh, that's the
That
AC.
doesn't look like an. That doesn't look like an HPBC on the side.
Oh no,
That's
you're
a
right. The AC-10s are in the
2
fists on that one.
So for the viewers at home, how easy is it to overheat on this map?
Absurdly hard. I'd personally love to take the Massacre Prime on this map. It would have been my 123. Maybe just see what's
How easy is it to NASCAR?
very. If you stick on the edges and both teams have brawl lists and neither of them has anything to shoot across the gap, it could be really bad. Or if somebody stays in the tunnel the entire game, but I don't think I've seen that happen ever. So we're lucky. It's also unsportsmanlike and generally pretty ineffective, but I do think that like a good list on this map will have something that can reach to like 800 meters, something like that. So you can probably still do something meaningful, even if you get caught out a little. The sightlines aren't super long here.
It's like max 900.
Yeah. Like you're not going to do kiting on this map. I think fire lines is good though. I'm not sure what kind of Mars this is. That looks like a Gauss
It
rifle.
looks like the Inner Sphere team, the Republic Guardians here, has a heavy PPC behemoth.
Correct.
Are the LB10s or LB5s?
10s.
Yeah, that's always a good pick.
Are they all built? The BAA team?
No, they've got 2 of their 3.
SJ is built.
Since this is the semifinals, I'm sure they're going to be thinking about their picks a little bit harder than normal.
I think this is the.
This match 1 or 2?
1.
Match 1, map 1.
Okay,
I think they might be good.
Mr. Referee, we are going to AUG at 41:30, and you will be in charge at that point.
Good. Oh.
Which Mars is this? Is that a Gauss rifle?
It is.
Doesn't look like the Doom train.
Not the Doom train. It's one Gauss rifle. I'm trying to figure out what Atlas that is.
I don't remember what other weapons that Mars has.
We are live.
Right. That time it's. I believe that's the Rack Behemoth, which is underbuying a little bit.
So on the stream, I'm going to try and cover overhead and SJ side. On the recording, I'm doing the BAA side. Is there a favorite in this match based on their lists?
Not sure.
It's hard to say. It depends a lot on how they engage each other, what the terrain ends up being like.
So Rio Charlie as their third asset.
Last time we had a midnight match.
You sound a little hoarse, Duelist. You all good?
Just late at night. All right. So, announcing team, where would be good positions for each team to set up at?
I would think that for I think both teams want to just kind of sit up on the ridges. I think both kind of have like firing line lists where they just want to do as much damage as possible, though SJ's has a bit more range, as far as I can tell. That rack Warhammer will suffer very much, though. It has basically limited 600 meters.
So what's 4130 minus 15?
Be 16, I believe. Or minus 26, yeah.
You think
Yeah,
we'll
26.
Do you think we'll see a lot of changing of positions in this match, or do you think one of the other teams might just sit in a spot?
I don't think that's really
Team
viable.
BAA Guardians has seen SJ.
Ooh.
They're pulling back. Their forward, Ryo, just saw Team SJ.
Yeah, I think they realize that if you do actually get up on the ridge first, and you're just sitting there with like, it's probably indicative of you guys having like a long range firing line, which I think might have been the wrong reaction from Republican guards.
Yeah, I
Because
think
they
the
basically only
Republican
have the
guards.
guards for long range for like 900 meters, 1000.
I mean, to be fair, they
I-
don't know what the
Yeah,
SJ
no, they
team
don't.
has.
They don't, but could still work out to their advantage if they're getting for like really close range.
Will the minimum range come into play for the MRMs and Clan LRMs on the SJ side?
Well, I do know that the Republican guards also have an MRM asset in the Rack Behemoth, the 4 Rack 2 Behemoth.
And the Warhammer.
Yeah, the Warhammer on the SJ side, it can probably create space a lot better than the others. I'm more worried about it just dying fast. Probably the squishiest, or not the squishiest, but it's like the least survivable asset on the field. The Rio can like be mobile enough to make sure it doesn't get hit.
And I mean, the Rio isn't going to get focused as hard as a Warhammer would. I would think.
Well, we took a 12-hour lunch break. How will playing this late at night affect some of the players that might not be used to being up at this late?
I think that mostly affects the Tuna on the Republican team.
Looks like SJ is making a move across the open area.
Yeah,
Probably
they've taken
figured.
the middle ground here. That's an interesting move. Do we think they've seen the other team here?
Doubtful, but they're about
This
to.
could be
They could suffer.
decisive.
The Rio can see.
Right
They
here.
they've made contact.
Well, they've seen him now.
The Rio.
That's a bad trade for the Rio.
Does BAA retreat, or do they? Nope, they're going forward.
They're going to engage.
Yeah, they're just gonna push.
What do you
They have
focus
enough armor,
on?
I think. Ooh,
Or not.
This is an ideal. You just have to make sure they do as much damage as possible.
They're trying to
Focusing down the Atlas.
Oh, it's a
maximize their
Thunderbolt.
tanks.
Thunderbolt Atlas. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
That Mars is sightlined right now from its two friends.
Yeah, the Jaguars are not sharing armor super effectively here.
Yeah, they're just staying up.
Joey's kind of getting focused really hard, but you know, maybe they want that. He might be their most survivable asset. Although, I would try to run the Atlas in front out of all three of these.
Yeah, they've been hitting it pretty hard. I can see that's what's being focused at the moment.
The fronts on both the behemoths can't be looking good right now. And this is a mistake right here. You can see that the Mars is separated from the other two SJ assets.
Could be a bait or a ploy.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, I would need to see the paper dolls to say whether or not that's a mistake.
Couldn't tell if those HVBCs hit. So
The Republic Guards are much more closely.
Is this a strategic retreat for SJ?
Looks
think
like a
it's a-
strategic retreat for both teams.
Yeah.
Goodness.
What's the over/under on a team going to the tunnel now?
Not like I don't think it's likely.
You know, I've never actually been in the tunnel on this map, so I don't really know how to say one way or the other.
It has
That-
holes.
Back when
We would
MRMs had
lose
wire
assets.
guidance, we had a 25-minute standoff using all MRM assets in a Chaos March battle. Thus why anybody that was there, this map is not all Shayna's Tunnel.
Oh,
And yes, both teams had an APC, so
oh wow.
where should SJ move and where should BAA Guardians move right now?
I think it depends on how much armor they have, and it's really hard to judge.
Can anyone see the inner score, or can you only see clan score as observer?
Only clan, sadly.
Only clan.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to judge then. It looks like they're just trying to avoid getting pushed at close range.
They're covering
That-
each other.
That heavy PPC behemoth is, a high alpha strike variant, and if they get caught out against, rotary autocannon 5 and pulse lasers and the like, that's not going to be good for him.
Just did some napkin math, and this is scary. The end time, if I did it right, appears to be 26:30.
Yes, there's still about 8 minutes left. I'll be giving a warning at 5 minutes remaining.
Looks like we're about to see another engagement with maybe unclear.
100-ton tanks are going around this horrible, horrible path where Direwolf's Mars got stuck earlier today.
That's a good point. These tanks are extremely slow at only 38 2 kph. That affects their thinking for travel.
Oh, it looks like they're bypassing it. They probably took one look at that
Yeah, it's a hologram.
and said, screw that. We're
Yeah,
going to
it's
get
like a
stuck.
hologram. It'd be a traffic jam, so
Yeah.
this way also works.
This
But
is,
I think this is the wrong option. It's going to have a pretty long sight line.
yeah, this is one of the challenges involved with taking tanks. You do get a lot of bang for your buck, but, well, they
Very
can...
little strategic mobility.
Yeah, they can really limit the possible strategies.
Nothing will ever be slower than a Hewitt. There's just no possible way. Duelist circa 2012. Here we are. But those 100-ton tanks give you a lot of things, even with their weakness at the slow speed.
Yes, it's a
Personally-
brave new world of tanks in Mechwarrior Living Legends in 2020.
Contact comes. It really depends on how well the tanks can close distance.
I don't think Joey was able to return fire on that. That was free damage for BAA.
Against him, rather, yeah.
Yeah, that was just some paint scratching.
Question is how much damage about BA
But we're getting
earlier.
some more fire.
Oops. Not seen any smoke quite yet.
Oh my god, those teals missed.
I just noticed they have a kind of cheeky thing going on with their names here. The white tank is Black Unicorn and the black tank is White Unicorn.
So it's just
Oh,
taking less
no.
damage.
The White
Rest of the team is
Unicorn
completely
is...
line-of-sighted.
one of these
He's
tanks
stuck?
is bumping up on the terrain here. I think he's having a problem.
But Joey's completely line of sight from the rest
There
of the
he
team.
goes.
Or not quite, but was taking a lot for damage.
The two tanks versus the two mechs is kind of... they have different dynamics for the kind of sight lines they can fight from.
Interesting that the Republican Guard isn't moving. But I
Yeah,
can't, I wish I got this first, but
I'm not sure why they're holding position. I think they just want to maintain as much distance as possible, and they're very afraid of getting caught.
I think Joey's stuck.
With the championship
Yeah, it looks
on the
like he's
line.
bouncing
Oh.
up and down.
With the championship
Yeah,
on
it
the
looks like he
line,
needs a push.
They,
Is he up? There he goes.
Oh, okay, this is gonna get us back even for it.
Sorry, Duelist.
Dixon's already backed.
SJ's not going to have the
Ooh.
opportunity to call hold, so that'll be
Mid
interesting.
combat.
No, they didn't. We're nearing 5 minutes left, and BAA with the advantage here so far.
I think they can probably just push at this point. The reason I'm thinking that maybe they just have like no armor on their HPBC behemoth.
Did the Atlas go down?
They got focused early.
There goes the
Gets-
Warhammer.
Yeah, I can just push it out.
You gotta wonder how much is left on those behemoths. Not much, apparently.
If you're Joey's teammates,
Oh
this
my
is when you're
God.
all like, clutch
This is
or
terrifying.
kick, clutch or kick.
It's actually terrifying if they have not much damage left.
This could be very close.
Yeah,
Not much armor
it
left
really
there.
could be. I'm not sure how much armor Joey has left here.
Looks like the Ryo just got separated.
He was breaking contact. He definitely he ate some really bad trades early.
Ooh,
The re-engage at the perfect time. Let's just see how much armor they have left.
Joey's at the perfect range for all his weapons.
Long cycle time on those HPP. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, but the firepower is just too much.
I don't think they can pull the hit.
I'm gonna jump in and check the doll on that behemoth.
Yeah, me too. I'm curious. Oh, Star got stuck on a mech trap, I think.
The Ryo is 0 CT,
Good
and the
lord.
behemoth
Oh.
is 0 front.
What are its
79
internals at?
79.
Channel
Behemoth-
switched.
Behemoth Bravo is essentially the anti-assault tank. Assault tank.
The B, the D, and the G are amazing. The A is just the Ares E Mark II. I have no ammo. Please help.
Channel switched.
Yeah, really close. Not super close, but close.
Yeah, it was close enough that I think if they had, either if Joey hadn't got stuck, or if they had made some slightly different trades or moves, like it could easily have swung their way.
Yeah.
I think ultimately the choice of the Warhammer is what did them in.
Yeah, it couldn't really contribute its firepower.
If we had to replace the Warhammer, what would you guys have picked for that?
What
Was the 80K
what was the
slot,
price
yeah?
point?
80k.
80?
80k.
Hmm.
If it fits, I would have gone with that really cheap Fanny.
80 is like...
Yeah, I mean, I can see why they picked it, because immediately I think, 80,000, that's just enough to get a rack Warhammer, but...
Yeah, it's a good pick, but I think in this case it just didn't work out.
I would be looking at Stormcrows and probably heavy tanks,
Let's
Maybe
do
a
a
Rommel.
Warhammer Echo as well.
like a Rommel or an Oro.
Anything that does like lots of pinpoint damage is also good.
H-Gauss Rommel, maybe?
Hmm.
That might
I
have
guess
been an
a little
underbuy.
Pretty big underbuy, actually. You can also get a... Wait, no, it's 80 flat. So
You could even get something like an Avatar Alpha for that price, no?
You get a demo...
Avatar Alpha would be interesting.
You get like a demo alpha, maybe? Or is that... expensive?
Yeah.
You could bring the Gauss demo, probably.
Ah, no, that's too much.
It's a hard pick.
Right. That's nice. That was a Mars Prime, yeah. Couldn't tell for sure.
For SJ, it was a Mars Prime.
Yeah. Those are like really similar Mars, I think, that has like 3 LB5s, and I think a Gauss rifle, but I'm not positive.
What map and C-Bill set would you guys be tempted to go with?
Hmm.
We're in this.
I'm a big fan of New Avalon. I think it's like it's one of those maps that you can play at extreme ranges, but you can also position yourself in a way that like 900 meters works really well.
Well,
Please load Hell's
at,
Gate.
at the risk of
What?
compromising my strats, before we have a chance to play the finals here,
Oh yes,
I'm,
I guess
I'm quite partial to light mech battles, because I think it forces people to lean on core gameplay skills and think very clearly about how they have to move and what they have to do. You can't really come up with any complicated or fancy strategies. You just have to outplay.
You can definitely do
A
fancy
lot
stuff.
of micro, not a lot of macro.
Yeah, it's it's like the pistol round in Counter Strike.
Big money this round. 135, 115, 100.
So
We
I
could
really
see
enjoy when everyone is around starter money.
multiple 100-ton again is what I'll probably expect from at least one of these teams.
Tell us about Hell's Gate.
Unga Smash. It's just a brawl.
Unga
Extremely
Smash
volatile.
don't get sightlined.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny map because usually one team runs into the other unexpectedly, and whoever has more guns pointing at the other when they just blunder into each other tends to win.
Yeah, it's
Very,
extremely
very-
hard to do anything else.
Radar can play a really big role here.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
close range.
Sightlines are not great, so having first strike advantage is really, really important. Also, because it's incredibly cold, you can stack all the energy weapons in the world. So it is susceptible to getting like killed by massive SRM spam or HEATM spam. Tanks can be really good here, also because of the short sight lines and like the amount of gun that's probably everybody's going to be bringing to the table. Just one armor.
Danger with a tank, I think, is that if you have two mechs and your mechs show up and your tank is sightlined for even a second, one of your mechs is going to get slagged.
Does the water cool you down much on this map?
I don't know if the water does. I know that everything else in this, like everywhere on this map, is incredibly cold.
Is it hard to overheat?
Very. I think it's even colder than all chain, like by even an order of magnitude.
Tell us about the NASCARing probability on this map.
Middling. It's one of these things where like I think oftentimes like you'll want to like stick on the edges because everybody takes something that's just like massively unga close range, so you don't want to have anybody pick at you from the middle. But oftentimes like teams will like cut through the middle for a little while and kind of look everyone else, and that exposes you if you're watching from any angle.
What would be a bad chassis to pick here, just in general? What's a chassis that doesn't work well on this map? You can see the score up here, BAA Guardians.
I feel like just anything with a lot of gun works perfectly fine, so I'm not really sure what would. Maybe like units that aren't the Anaconda. The Anaconda would probably be really scary here because you can fire forever.
All right, Liko, you've got 100,000 C bills for Hell's Gate. Just in general, what might be something that catches your eye? All right, Direwolf will try you. You have 115K. What are you taking? Just off.
Oh, let me think. Could take Mad Cat Golf or something. It's not exactly an energy boat, and it's not exactly the most like. It's like probably like a conventional pick. It's not the most armor. It's not like. Actually, no, it's 115, isn't it? Maybe not Atlas Foxtrot. I have lots of T-bolts to deal with. What's up?
Dead Salmon, if you had 115,000, what might you take?
That's probably going to look at an Atlas. Probably the Mr. Bubbles again. I mean, honestly, I think Mr. Bubbles is probably even better on this map than it would be on Alshane.
Oh yeah, that's exactly 115. Jesus, 114, 900.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it could be slightly over, or slightly under.
I do think it could potentially get up DPS'd by some other energy builds.
I mean, you're also bringing it for the 20 tons of armor and the Inner Sphere standard engine.
Yeah.
And the Gekem. It just checks a lot of boxes.
It's a 100-ton support thing, but for my pick for 135 would be the the Fafnir Alpha dual improved heavy Gauss.
Ooh.
Catch them off guard. A lot of pain up close.
Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, I took a short break. So what C-bill set did they end up going with?
135, 100, 115. Liko, yours is 135.
Oh boy.
What might you think about on Hell's Gate?
Well, that'll get you something like a Kodiak or maybe a Fafnir. I wouldn't go for one of the 100-ton tanks on this map just because the terrain is a little too bumpy.
Oh, you say that.
Is that a
I don't know.
long Tom?
I'm not a fan of that.
I have no idea if they'll actually take it.
Well, just as I say that, I see Kidsin has the Apocalypse tank, as it is fondly nicknamed, a reference to Command & Conquer.
Let's see, that's some more Echo that Joey has. Onto that one.
Okay, if we go with what the Republic Guardians have right now, they have a Long Tom and 2 Mark IIs.
So that's
fast.
Mark II Foxtrot. C3 GCM.
I confirm the SJ team is underneath the CBIL limits. Does it look like the BAA team for the most part? Eyeballing it looks under the CBIL limits?
I don't know if these are their final picks.
I mean, this is a pretty ballsy play if that's what they're doing.
2 jump assault and the LT.
Mark II Bravo.
One of those is the UAC-21, which is
good.
Well, we're ogging supposedly in 5 seconds.
Holy
so...
lord.
150.
They're going in on it because of the C3.
Can they afford the Ultra 20 Mark II at 150?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah, it's cheap as hell.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Very cheap. It's also
113.
a lot of ammo on that. Oh my goodness.
If this
what
works,
I see here is...
it's going to be legendary. Tell us, Lico, what do you see here?
Yeah, so what I see here is the Jaguars, they just got rolled over by more 100-ton tank. So they're maximizing the 100-ton tank this time. However, I'm not sure that's going to work for them. I mean, this Long Tom thing that the other team is doing is utterly whack. So,
But
man.
if it worked, if they actually get impacts in their tank formation, if they just get like 1 or 2 shells in the middle, if they're going to be so slow they can't fucking respond. It's like the...
I wonder if that's the short range Long Tom. I hope it
Probably.
is.
The Mark II they have has C3, so that's what they're using right now for targeting.
Have you ever seen a Long Tom in a 3v3 tournament?
Not like this.
Oh.
I mean, it's BAA. What did we expect?
If you're SJ, you see that Long Tom, what's your immediate command to your teammates?
You run it down.
They're gonna try and find it, but I mean, it's just a time bomb. It's like how much damage can the LT put out?
You know, if it were me, my first reaction would be laughter.
Yes.
And when I collect myself, I would attempt to put a piece of terrain in between myself and the position of the Long Tom so that it can't shell me, and calmly 3v2 the other team.
And then take out their Long Tom.
Oh man, actually, this is bad because their C3 asset is
on the wrong side.
Yeah. So if SJ
but
gets
it
close,
looks like their LT just repositioned to get shots.
How stealthy are the SJ tanks?
The demo has GCM, so he'll be active and he'll probably be detectable at 700 meters because I think the Long Tom has BHP.
That's probable.
How many shots before SJ returns fire do they need for them to win this with this LT?
Fire out.
Oh no, they just gave away the position.
Oh.
That's bad.
The jig is up and he hit the bridge.
Yep, and their Mark II's in the wrong place. One of their Mark II's in the wrong place. They have to do it now.
Yep, their C3 unit is separated.
Spreads out.
Oh no.
What's the radius on an LT shot?
30 meters.
He's gonna need to go mortar fire.
Oh, interesting.
The Jaguars really need to press hard right now, directly towards that Long Tom.
God damn it.
And I'm not seeing it. They're milling about, probably trying to decide which way to go. They've got enemies on both sides. They're not sure where the other two are going to be, but one side's got one Mark II, and the other side's got the Mark II and the Long Tom.
Oh,
Could SJ split the forces? Go one side with some?
They could, but it would be unwise in my opinion.
Terrible idea. Yeah. They can just push right at this and they'll be fine. God. This bridge is screwing them over so bad. They might be able to actually do this if they can to sit here and force the tanks to move under the bridge because they don't really have a choice.
Yeah, if I were them, I would actually wait for the Long Tom to reload
Yeah.
and then push through the bridge. Although the Long Tom is repositioning, so that was another opportunity for them.
He needed to wait on that shot.
Oh,
That could've
I
got
think they're
both.
going now. They were
Yeah,
waiting
he's
for that
took too long.
shot, and now they're going. They're gonna get hit
Okay.
though. Ooh.
Solid hit.
That was not good.
Their Yak 40 Mark II is the
Those
one that really
100
needs to
tonners are
survive.
chunky though. They just need to
Yeah.
all go together.
Oh, and they're splitting up. And they're
Gonna
not
be
focusing
another
the Yak
shot
40
from
Mark II.
the.
Yeah,
the
they should just
LT.
take out the Long Tom before it can.
Oh, Architect's
whack
division's
one of
out, I
them.
think. I'm not sure. He's on fire, so I assume that's what's happening.
No, his laser AMS
hurts.
is out.
No
Oh,
more.
no, they actually
wow.
got one.
Architect's down.
That shell took him out.
Joey's not facing the Yak 40
Joey's
Mark II.
not looking.
Holy shit.
This could be a throw. Right here, depending on how this goes for this Mark II.
Okay, he suddenly changed direction, but they've... Man.
Joey's holding position and Kidson
But
is
the LT's
off on a
still
solo
alive.
adventure.
Yep. If the LT could get a shot here.
Oh no, it's too close. More free damage on the Mars than the Mark II. It's down!
Oh my goodness.
Incredible.
It's just up to Kidson.
Oh, I think
I think the Mark IIs are going to carry it.
it's not clear how much damage the Mark IIs took though.
Yep. Oh, was that a direct hit?
Not quite,
call.
but it looked ugly.
The LT is going to go down.
Oh my god. The LT didn't
Wow.
even die.
Well then.
Good god.
Mark II Strunk? Question mark?
Mobile Long Tom,
23
23
internals.
internals, MK2 27 side, 54 center. Other MK2 10%, 0% sides, and 32% center. Well,
Good god. That would have worked. That would have failed against any other list.
so
I am
it
amazed.
looks like we know your opponent for championship.
Good god.
That it does.
Unless there's any issues that we're unaware of at the moment, that is a solid 2-0 victory in two very close matches. But SJ Mostly Heartless goes to the third place game against Wolverines Rebirth, and the Clan Jade Falcons battle BAA Guardians in the championship. I'm gonna go check in on the teams real quick, make sure everything's square, and if that's it, we move to the post game show. Any issues we're unaware of with the maps, or is that a 2-0 victory for them? Okay. All right. You made the championship. Congratulations. When you're ready, join us up in the MLL dev team, and we'll say goodnight. When you're ready, move up to the MLL dev team, and we'll say goodnight. Yep, we've got, and then I also have a third angle eventually that we'll have recorded. Well, all right. So I wanted to get you guys in and out in under an hour. Looks like we did that. Two very close battles. Incredible strategies by both teams, and BAA Guardians in 2-0 are moving on to the championship against the Clan Jade Falcons. That'll be a best of 5 when we can schedule that. And then the SJ team will be battling Wolverines Rebirth in the third place game, also when we can schedule that. Best and worst things about tonight before I get into the closing spiel. All right, so we are going to hold the championship, which will be a best of 5, and we're going to hold the third place game, which will also be a best of 5. We'll work with the team captains once we get off the live stream to try and coordinate that. Right now, we're looking at one of 2 options. More than likely, if the teams can make it, we'll play it on Saturday, 18:30, and try to get in. Okay. The second option would be to play late, earlier than this, but later after the other event was done. Say around, I don't know, 6, 7 Eastern. The other option is I just work with the team captains and just try to negotiate times and play it when the teams are able to do it. We'll get it in. So just team captains, keep an eye on Discord and TeamSpeak and other places, and I'll get the scheduling taken care of. I hope you had fun tonight. A special thanks to everybody for coming in at this strange hour. We were able to get the semifinals in today, which was great, and we'll get the scheduling figured out. Thank you for very interesting matches and for working with us on our tightened time schedule, and so congratulations to the teams in the finals. The teams, congratulations to the teams that are in the third place game. We'll have a post-game show for you coming up nice and shortly. Players, you are released. Thank you for playing. Be sure to check out the TC event tomorrow and keep an eye out for whenever we schedule the championship. Yep. All right. Okay, post-game show. We'll keep this one short, and then we'll do a long one there. Let's talk about map 1. We played TSA All-Shane. On TSA All-Shane, the SJ team brought a Mars Prime with large laser, 3 LRM-15, LBX-10, and Gauss, and SRMs, and 2 T-Bolt 10, 2 T-Bolt 5, 3 large pulse laser Atlas, and a Warhammer F with 2 rotary autocannon 5s, an MRM 30, and 3 flamers. And what did the BAA team take on All-Shane? All right. And how did that match play out? What did we see from the sky? Now, did you tank get stuck there, Joey, at one point? All right. How early in the match did the teams discover each other? Now, we had 3 different engagements there. The teams were trading shots. BAA team was up on that hill, sniping, getting in there, and then we had a pretty big disengagement from both teams, and BAA team kind of came around the side while SJ kind of went up on there. And in that last engagement, it seemed like that each team had a focus. But the damage in that was pretty close. What was the remaining damage on the living assets that were still alive at the end? I don't see any viewer questions, so we'll skip the Q&A. But ultimately, in a close match, but the tank getting stuck and having to get bumped exposed the Warhammer a little bit, and also the choice of the Warhammer versus the other thing came in there. Liko Dyer, any comments from sitting in the announcer's box on that match? So on Hell's Gate, so on the first match, closing that up and getting to map 2, the C-bill limits were 123, 112, and 80. The second one, the C-bill limits were 135, 115, and 100. On that one, the SJ team brought in a Mars Foxtrot ERPPC UAC 5 heavy medium laser, 4 extended range smalls, 3 dual streak 6s, a Behemoth Alpha UAC 10, 2 SRM 4s, 2 SRM 6s, 2 rotary autocannon 5s, and 2 SRM 4s on the demo G, and then a long tom. What model of long tom was that for the BAA team? And then what were the 2 MK2s you had supporting you? So it looked like that, of course, the SJ team's going to be slow in those tanks. I think they had Gekum. Yeah, they had Gekum on the demo. What kind of radar package do the MK2s have? So you found a... the SJ team approached up on your right side, their left. The low profile kind of hid them a little bit, but you were able to, I think, get radar, and you took your first shot. And it was you had a couple of ones hit the bridge, which is going to be difficult for anybody in low gravity. And then one of your MK2 mechs was able to get off a really good sneak shot with the ERPPCs, and then SJ decided to close, but the positioning was a little bit strange in their approach, and then the targeting, the announcing team, we all thought that the long tom should be the focus, but the MK2s got in there, and the artillery piece, you were able to get 1 or 2 really solid hits in there before the tanks closed in on you. What was your thinking once the tanks got within your minimum firing range, and how you would try to still get a last second shot off at point blank? All right. And ultimately, Joey went down first in his tank, and they were starting to do pretty good damage against the MK2s by the time Architect went down. And then Kidsin was pretty damaged, decided to start focusing on the long tom, but then went towards the MK2s. And ultimately, while there was some pretty good damage done to the surviving assets, the long tom play works off. The element surprise worked well, and the pilot skill in adjusting very quickly to that alt tank list. And what was the damage situation like on the 3 assets at the end? Well, oh, well, I had commentary muted that whole time. Nice. But the other stream will pick it up. Great. So anyway, we were just discussing the strategies and the close battles. We can see up on the screen now that the finals should be set.
So it's going to be CGF versus us.
Yep, it'll
Looks
be
that way.
It'll be a best
Okay.
3 out of 5 using a different map pool, different C-bill set, and we'll schedule that when we're able to. that'll be it. That'll crown a champion, and then that'll be it for the 2023 V3 tournament. We'll also have the third place game versus SJ Mostly Heartless Wolverines Reborked. We have been broadcasting here at a very late hour, so we're going to say goodnight here. Once again, BAA Guardians taking down SJ Mostly Heartless 2-0. Some excellent battles, but ultimately BAA team pulled through. And so we'll bring that to everybody. Thank you, everybody that made today possible, working at some different hours and working at some different times, but we made it through. And so on behalf of Direwolf, Rick Hunter, Lico, all the team captains, and Bird Thing, and everybody else that's been helping with this event, we hope that everybody had fun. Hope you enjoyed the videos, and special thank you to all the teams, both the ones that'll be playing still next time and the ones that have already finished their tournament run. It's been a lot of fun, and Direwolf, I'm excited because we've still got to crown a champion, so plenty of games left to come up.
Aye.
All right, say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Later.
My friends.
Games, mechlivinglegends.net, free, not free to play. You can check out information on some of the events I'm running, mekmaster.com, and you can check out the MLL Discord. Direwolf and Carbonell have got some awesome events coming up, including one tomorrow. So if you're looking for some action, be sure to check all that stuff out. And we hope to see you on the battlefield. I am the Mechmaster, bringing you the games as only as I can, and this is it. Again, finally, the BAA Guardians will be taking on the Jade Falcon Guards in the championship, and in third place, the SJ Mostly Heartless will take on Wolverines Reborked, and this wraps up the broadcast. A 2-0 victory for the BAA Guardians. Good night, everybody, and thank you for watching.